Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cerulean Roll. I am your DM, also Eldoris Seawalk Draken, and I'm joined by my two usual co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Jamsey and I play as Nanette Silkenthorn.
Hello, I'm Crow and I play Adric and Mako.
And let's get straight into the recap. Last time on Cerulean Roll, as the journey to Egrith continued, Nanette was faced with the tiredness from the nightmare before. However, pushing through, the entire crew had a world of fun the next day. Adric suggested they hold a fishing tournament amongst everyone. But as they got going, a monstrous beast exploded out of the sea and locked them into a fierce battle, though it was quickly defeated the first time. The tournament continued, and after Nanette's victory, which she ended it with a climactic finish, catching a huge shark covered in gemstones and teeth of amber. But in celebrating their victory, the creature they once defeated writhed and rose from the dead, as it suddenly launched a fireball, knocking the entirety of the crew out, besides Nanette. As she was tired and panicked, she decided to heal Adoris, who ended the shielded beast with a strong strike, cleaving it in half. But they were not out of the water that easy, as they began to make a mad dash towards a nearby island after stabilizing the crew. Eldoris, in his panic mindset, couldn't restrain himself and crashed the beach into the shoreline. Nanette scrambled onto the shore and found a barely hidden chest filled with items. They snapped Adric out of his sleep, which broke him out of a terrible experience within Shadowfell. And as they sat there talking, that's where we continue. Adric, you freshly awoken and just got news of Eldoris crashing the ship.
You crashed the ship?
Well, yes, and yes, I did.
What? What are we gonna do about that? We just fixed it in last village.
Well, I was a little panicked when I realized that, oh my god, you guys are going to die.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable.
Yeah. Don't make me feel bad now.
Well, now that we're here, I guess there's nothing better to do than look around and, make sure Jewel and Kishi are alright.
Right, we need to get some help for those two as well.
Alright. And, what do you guys do?
Really quick, I guess I'll just check on Jewel and Kiji to see if they're, still doing okay.
Who do you go to first? Because they're all in these separate hammocks right next to, Adric.
I will go to Jewel.
As you walk over to Jewel, you see she's completely knocked out, and you can roll a medicine check to see if you can realize her current state.
Okay. Not great.
As you put your hand to her forehead, you feel that she's a little feverish. She's snoozing away, but she doesn't seem to be in the greatest of states, but she's stabilized as far as you can tell.
Good.
And as you walk over to Kishi, roll that for me too. Roll a medicine too.
Oh, that's better.
Much better. Okay. You put your hand onto Kishi's chest. You feel his heart is beating, though faint. He is still hanging in there. He also seems to be a little feverish from, the entire situation. Parts of his
Yeah.
body are charred. He's covered in a grievous amount of wounds that would kill someone on average.
Hopefully we can find something to help these two.
I'd say the best thing we can do is look for herbs and whatever we can, maybe any more chest filled with goodies, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That being said, we should probably get looking, huh?
For sure. And you guys all continue off the ship?
Yeah.
Adric, are you sure you're okay to walk around?
No, good question. My entire body still hurts.
Adric, you do feel like your entire body is, for lack of a better terms, it feels like you have gone through hell and back, and you quite literally have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you need to lay down, you can.
Are you sure you're both gonna be okay?
Probably.
I'm quite sure we'll be alright.
As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything dangerous.
Alright, well, if you both need anything, I'll be there with the both of them.
Alright.
You keep an eye on them, and I can trust you with their safety.
Alright.
And so it's just going to be Ninette and Eldoris hopping off the boat, and Adric, you'll stay back on the hammock.
Okay.
And Ninette, as you open the door and Eldoris follows you out into the open air, the ship is tilted almost eerily close to how it was in your nightmare.
Oh no.
It's the same sort of tilt to the ship. And you almost get flashes of imagery in your head akin to that day.
Oh god. Ninette tries to, shake it off a little bit.
You shake yourself off, and what are you doing? You're just gonna hop off the ship?
Mm-hmm.
As you hop down, Eldoris follows, and you guys are on that same beach where you scrambled across to find that chest. You see a bunch of these wooden sticks that are pointed upright with white ribbons that are hanging off of them and blowing in the breeze. And you also see an obelisk in the center of them.
Okay. I'm gonna sound really stupid for asking this, but what's an obelisk?
An obelisk is kind of like a stone pillar that looks man-made.
Oh, okay. That's, a little odd.
You don't see that type of thing every day. Maybe it's something.
Maybe.
Where'd you find those potions, by the way? Or that potion?
Oh, can I look around to see if I could see the chest again?
Yes, roll me a perception or an investigation check, since it did get covered in sand again after you opened it.
Wow.
Holy shit! Yeah, you find it. That's a natural 20. 24. You easily walk over to the spot where you see sand is slightly sunken in and in an irregular shape on this kind of gravelly beach.
There was this chest buried in here. It wasn't buried very well, so I found it pretty easily. There's some other stuff in here, but I didn't really think it was important.
And Eldoris kneels down on it, or next to it, and begins to shift the gravel away. And he pulls out the chest, and he gives it a crack open and goes, "Oh, cowboy."
Yeah, cowboy.
This reminds me of a hat I saw back in the day. What was that guy's name again? Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh.
It's just some weakling I beat back in the day.
Oh. Huh. You don't suppose maybe he might have come back for revenge, right?
Oh God, I hope not. I don't need any more of that in my life. And he also pulls out the pistol, and it's this elegantly made pistol. It's a one of those old style revolvers that you can spin the barrel full of bullets. It's this silky black pistol that looks like it hasn't aged a day, and there's gold accents along the barrel and the ammo.
Huh.
Well, that could come in handy.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really take that good of a look at it. Looks very
Totally
intricate.
understandable.
Yeah, you know, considering everything.
You want a better look at it?
Okay.
He tosses you this gun. And as you catch it, you feel the weight of the gun in your hand. And you feel this... It's a weird feeling coming off of this gun, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
A strange feeling?
It's a strange feeling. It's a sensation.
Huh. Can I try to decipher what it might be?
By what means?
Maybe it's like a magical thing of some sort?
Then roll me an Arcana check. You you examine the gun, and besides the hefty weight of the bullets, you can't decipher whether it holds a surmountable amount of magic, but it definitely feels like there is something else going on with this gun.
Huh. Maybe we should take this stuff just in case.
I could see it being useful. Do you want to check out the rest of this place, and then I'll go run this back to the ship?
Yeah.
All right. Eldoris takes the gun and takes the hat, and he rushes it back to the ship. And Ninette, what do you do as you're standing on this beach?
Oh God, I hope it's not cursed. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep looking around.
All right. Anything you're
deeper
looking
into
at
the island.
particularly?
Can you describe, like, what is in front of me?
The obelisk and the stakes? You see the wooden stakes all have words carved into the sticks. And the obelisk looks solitary, and you can definitely feel a magical aura emanating from it.
Man, if only I had another spell slot. Okay, well, I think for now I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm just gonna try to look more into the island itself.
Okay. The only places that you can see besides going further down the beach is deeper into this large pillaring forest that lacks leaves.
Alright. I guess I'll go into the forest.
Okay. Nanette, you walk through the gravel, making your way into the forest. And as you feel your feet hit the grass, you get close enough to realize that all of these trees are not trees. They are large and pillaring gemstones that scrape at the sky, and they're all this lilac color.
Huh.
And I presume you continue inwards?
Yes.
As you walk further in, you feel cold immediately.
Cold.
It's this cold sensation that washes over you. And it feels eerily quiet.
Okay.
And as you walk further and further in, you see that the floor begins to get covered over in white mist. It continues.
I hope this is
getting-
by natural means and not some kind of illusion again.
The mist continues to grow. And you're just about knee deep into this mist.
Jeez.
And the forest almost feels like time is shifting and warbling with inside. In this forest.
It's a little freaky.
You continue in?
Do I? I guess it would be kind of hard to look, but is there like anything of note that's different, like besides the trees?
Besides the pillaring gemstones that look like trees, you don't really discern anything else. And the trees are actually creating this dome around you, blocking your vision from the outside. It feels like every tree is meticulously placed to block out your view of everything else.
I don't like that.
And suddenly,
Oh,
a howl. This large howling wind around you as the mist picks up and completely encases your vision.
oh God, I don't need any more things happening right now.
You see, there are these... It's just this dense fog around you. And...
Can I leave?
I'm going to have you roll me
Oh,
a quick perception check. It's perception, or I guess... No, you can use... I'm going to give you choice right here. You can use
Okay.
investigation or nature.
Oh, both are the same for me, so it doesn't matter. Okay, okay. I will...
Nanette, as
I
you...
got a nat one!
That's a natural one. Ah...
Bye, guys.
Nanette, as you feel this mist completely encapsulate you, there is a sense of panic immediately instilled in you. You feel fear. And as you begin to backtrack and try to run out of the forest, you realize that you are lost in this abundant mist and this forest of trees.
No.
And
I'm supposed to be good at traveling through forests.
and at this time, Nanette, you see a figure in the mist.
Oh,
Just
God.
barely.
Ah. Okay.
The figure seems to be approaching you.
I wanna back up a little. I don't like this.
You back up a little, and the figure starts sprinting at you.
What? No! What the heck?
And Nanette,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
you feel you bump into something from behind.
What?
The figure in front of you disappears.
No, 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 no.
And as you turn around, you see a familiar person standing right there.
Huh? Familiar?
Oh, Nanette. What have you gotten
Christ.
yourself into? And as you look into the face of Galeo, his eyes younger, softer,
Oh no.
his forehead bandaged tight, his horn lacking.
Galeo?
Nanette, what are you doing here?
What are... What are you... What is happening?
What do you mean, what's happening? You just sulked inside. What are you doing back out here?
I'm just blinking.
You see Galeo's looking at you with this concern, but he is also looking at you with a face of disdain.
Oh, I hate that. This is all too weird. I have to get out of here.
And what do you do? Galeo is standing in front of you. He looks eerily similar to how he did when he was younger.
I don't know. I already tried leaving once and that didn't really work, so...
Nanette, what are you doing wasting time here?
Wasting time? What do you mean wasting time?
You heard Mom and Dad. You have to be training. You're the chief. You're the soon-to-be chief. Why are you wasting time around pirates?
Because... You're just a figment of the past. It doesn't really
Figment of
matter.
the past. Is that what you consider your brother now?
No, it's... I don't know.
As he reaches out to touch your cheek, you see as his barren hand becomes one with a tight glove around it, a red glove. And you see his appearance becomes much older.
This is so weird.
And his hand goes from gentle to grabbing your shoulder tightly.
Ah,
You can't be wasting your time here. You have things to do as the chief. When are you gonna go back to La Vanilla?
I don't know.
And he pulls you and pushes you against one of the trees. And his grasp feels firm, strong.
God. My God. Kaleo. Jeez.
You're supposed to be chief material. And right now, you'd make a second-rate one.
Well, that's fine by me.
That's a pathetic outlook, then. Why aren't you striving to be the best you can?
Because I'm just not, all right? I don't want to be the best. I just want to live.
What kind of life is that? One wasted, one buried under many more lives? Do you really want to blend in with the crowd? Do you really just not want to amount to anything? 'Cause if so, you're doing a great job.
Ow! Listen, if that's how you want to live, that's fine. I just want to do what I want. I just want to be free.
Then I'll show you a real interesting way to be free. And you see as he pulls out his gun. And he puts it under your chin.
What?
And Nanette, roll initiative.
Ah! This isn't even... What is happening? Why am I so bad? No! What is this?
This isn't our old games of tag, that's what this isn't. And Galeo points his gun at your foot. And he is going to shoot.
This isn't even real. What is happening? What is...
Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
You see as the bullet misses, you shift your leg to one side, avoiding it. But that bang reverberates inside of your head. And, Nanette, what are you doing?
Am I gonna have to... This isn't even... I don't know. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna shoot with my bow. Because I don't have many other options.
Alright. You are pinned up against a tree. Galeo is right in front of you. You roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay.
Oof, that would have been a good first shot. Damn.
Well, there's the disadvantage.
You do hit Galeo. Roll your damage.
Okay. um, it's just mental damage after mental damage, isn't it?
As
Oh,
you
Jesus.
shoot into Galeo, you see as your arrow blows through his chest, and he falls onto the floor, blood dripping from his mouth, his body rapidly shifting from his older self to his younger self to
Oh, God.
that smiling face that you were very fond of. And before, as his blood drips onto the floor, he
It's
lays
not
there
real.
still.
It's not real. It's not real.
And you see as the body begins to melt into a mist before collapsing onto the floor. And Nanette, what are you doing as you're standing there? Your arrow lodged into the floor, into nothing.
Can I try to find a way out again?
You can do that anytime you want. Roll me a nature or investigation check. Or if you can try, you could use Arcana.
Oh, all of those are the same. Okay.
Okay, so
Arcana.
same thing.
Oh, that was about to be so good. Oh, well.
Nanette, as you are currently rattled from what you just witnessed, you rush across the forest, running aimlessly around. The mist, it's heavy. The fog is opaque. Everything you can see is what's 5 feet in front of you. And not before long, you see another figure in
Oh.
the mist.
Not another one.
You see a tall and quite frankly unforgettable silhouette walking towards you. Nanette, is that you?
Oh, God.
Have you come to join my ark?
I don't need this right now.
You see as Delir is getting closer and closer to you, as you, I assume, are running.
Yeah.
You continue to run into the mist, into nothingness. And you see as another Galeo pops up. And he
What?
goes, Nanette, truly, what are you doing out on the sea? Have you even talked to Mom and Dad? Then you hear the voice of Delir. Are you ready to join salvation? Freedom, Nanette. You can grant people the same freedom. You don't need to rely on anyone. Just yourself. You get ultimate freedom.
No,
And-
no, no, no.
These voices are practically echoing around you, muddling your brain. You can make me another investigation check.
Oh my God. Hello.
Nanette, you run out of the forest so fast, so frightened, so confused, and you tumble out onto the gravelly beach, skidding across the rocks.
I'm out. Oh my God.
And as you are out, you see that almost no time has elapsed since you have gone into the forest.
What? Huh. That's weird. All of that was weird.
And you see that the ship is on the opposite side of you. It's to your left now, since you have breached through another side of the forest.
Huh. I don't think I want to go back in there again. Is Eldoris still bringing the things back to the ship?
I'd say actually right at that point, you would hear Eldora scream from within the forest.
Oh, not. Oh my god, what?
You would hear a punch, this loud clapping sound, and even thunder rumbling from within the forest.
Oh god. Eldoris?
Your voice echoes around the forest, and let me roll for this. Eldoris breaches through the forest around the same side as you, and he looks to be completely glowing red.
Oh my god.
Oh, Nanette,
Eldoris.
are you all right? I went to go look for you after putting the stuff in the ship and you were gone.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you not to go in there if I saw you.
Yeah, I wish you waited for me before you went in there because I was confused.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would be like that.
There's something going on here. And unfortunately, I do think that we have to find some sort of tree or something to try to get the ship back into the water.
Yeah. Maybe there might be some way that we can clear the fog in the forest.
Well, we're gonna have to try to do whatever we can. For now, maybe we should try to get a rest.
Yeah, I think so. I might be in a better state to try to figure it out then.
Eldoris pats your back and he leads you towards the ship. And
Oh, yeah, are you alright? You are literally glowing red.
I saw some things I didn't want to see, and then I got very angry.
You know, yeah.
Who knew putting Delia in front of me could drive me absolutely insane? Wait, I did.
I think, we all know at this point. And,
Yeah.
if it makes you feel any better, he's been driving me insane too.
I can tell. He points at the shell.
Yeah.
And to reiterate, Nanette, this whole time you have been hearing that ambient.
That makes things even worse.
It's giving you a headache for sure.
God.
But as you guys get to the ship, Adric, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think he's just been like laying down because right now he's very hurt. So he's probably been trying to sleep.
You're laying down, kind of staring at the ceiling. Gao has been pacing around the room nonstop.
Aw.
Go. What are you doing walking around so much?
He looks up at you and he goes, Gao, 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 Gao.
I don't understand anything you just said.
He looks discouraged and continues pacing.
Aw.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I'd say at this time, Eldoris and Nanette open the door to the captain's quarters.
Oh. He, gets up from his position, about sits up. You guys find anything?
Weird forest. Weird, strange forest.
Very weird
Yeah,
forest.
forest. Like what?
With-
What's in it?
Mist and, hallucinations.
Okay, that's a weird forest.
Yeah.
So we took the executive decision that maybe we should rest and figure this out the next day.
After the previous events, yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
And, Nanette, I'd say you can crawl into the hammock with Jewel as well. Unless you would want to give her space for this time.
I think I'll give her some space. She's not doing too good.
You can find your own sleeping quarters for the night, and everyone can take a long rest. Nanette, real quick, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, and Adric, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, thank
What?
God. Okay.
Oh, wow, that's okay.
Thank God. I need.
You said a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, yes.
No.
No.
Nanette, you manage to get to sleep pretty easily. Your exhaustion kind of makes it so you instantly fall asleep as you hit the bed. Adric, as you lay your tired bones onto the hammock again and just try to rest, you feel unruly. You feel, as you go to sleep, the only things that play in your head over and over again is the imagery of the man from before, the man from Shadowfell, Kyberian, injuring Mako. Almost like flashing images, you see him dealing pain to your dear brother.
Out of my head. Damn it. I'm
As-
trying to sleep.
As you plead for some semblance of peace, the imagery only gets more and more visceral as you see blood pouring out of his beak. You see more and more flashes of agony, pain. The pain even starts to manifest on your body.
Oh shit, why am I feeling it?
And you hear the words that he uttered to you before ring in your ears. You hear that he wants his crest back. And it'll only get worse from here.
Sake. If there's any way I have to get my brother through that damn thing. Else I can't let it get into his hands. James.
And as you grapple with your future decision, give me an intelligence saving throw to see if you can actually fall asleep.
Oh my god.
Otherwise,
Please.
you just won't get the benefits of a long rest.
Ooh. Is it?
You fall asleep soundly, despite the roaring agony going on. And in the morning,
Find you.
as everyone wakes up, you all feel in much better shape.
You see, for once, Adric wakes up first. He lets out like the biggest cat-like stretch. Like, oh my god, my bones. Oh, that's so much better. Hi guys.
They do feel like you. It feels like you've been beaten up all night.
Bird bones.
And Eldoris, who is sitting in the corner next to Gowan, petting him, goes, "Good morning, Adric."
Oh, this is so much better than yesterday. Hello, Doris.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I hope we don't get beaten up more today.
By the forest, baby?
Maybe by the forest. The forest did beat me up yesterday.
Not for long. We figure a way out, that is.
And at that point, Jewel even begins to stretch and wake up, and she goes, "Good morning, everyone.
Oh, Jewel, are you better now?
I'm feeling a little bit dizzy, but I think I'll be fine."
Okay, well, I think you can just, let us help you.
Yeah. And she gets down from the hammock and does big stretches, her tail
Aw.
straightening out as she stretches out her
Aw.
back.
Hi, jolly old baby.
And Nanette, you feel the sleep of a lifetime coming to an end.
She has those marks on her arms.
You have the sleep marks. It feels like you don't know what year it is anymore.
What? Where am I?
You're still crash landed on an island.
Oh, okay. Oh, I really needed that.
Well, that's good. It's good that you feel better too. It seems like everyone's doing better.
Yeah. Oh, Jewel. I'm so glad you're alright.
Good morning, Nanette. I am feeling much better. That fish really burnt the scales off of me.
Yeah, it, gave me quite the scare.
I hope we never see a sea demon again. I should learn how to baptize people.
We might need that if I do see something like that again. Hopefully not.
Oh, definitely, hopefully not. Yeah, I wouldn't like to see anything like that either.
This thing threw a whole fireball at us.
I did talk about being able to handle one of those, but it is, oh my god, those hit different nowadays.
You handle them, but that day they handled all of us.
I don't know how I even survived.
Well, I'm glad you did, honestly.
Yeah.
And you guys hear a groan from the opposite end of the room.
Alright, Grandpa.
Oh god, can't you guys keep quiet for one day? Oh. All of my fucking bones hurt.
Well, if you feel like you need to keep lying down, you can.
You bet I'm gonna be laying down in here. I can't handle anything else. Oh my god. He does the sign of the ocean across his shoulders, and then he goes, "Jeez, bless me, ocean mama." And he like falls asleep.
What? Okay.
I've never heard someone refer to the ocean god as Ocean Mama. But you know what? It'd be.
Yeah.
Well, you guys ready to stretch our bones?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gow,
As ready as I'll ever be. Oh. Oh.
Eldoris
right.
picks up Gao and puts him around his shoulder.
Oh.
All right. Let's go figure out how to not get our ass beat by the mist.
All right. All right. Well, I think I may have an idea as to something that could be connected to the mist, but I'll have to investigate it a little bit to be sure.
All right, well, let's get to investigating. And Eldoris opens the captain's quarters, and since everyone kind of slept in and slept in again, it's sunset around the island. It's this orangey hue
Oh.
outside. Kind of fucked up our sleep schedule. But as this orange light peers into the captain's quarters, you get the sense of fresh light and warmth. And Eldoris hops onto the beach, and I assume you all do the same.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so what is everyone doing?
I'm just following them since I didn't really get to see the island before.
I am going to look at that obelisk again.
All right. Adric, if you want to roll me a perception check to see what you see, please do.
Okay. Good with me.
Jewel will also be helping you so you can roll with advantage because she
Okay, I
is
needed
hyper.
that.
Oh my god.
I needed that.
Oh, he's not seeing.
Jewel
My
is
eyes-
also not seeing.
My eyes are bright.
Yeah, as you open your eyes, you feel like the sleep sand on it is just like crusty, and you like squint.
Damn, I can't see anything.
I think the sun's out for us again. And she's also
God.
squinting.
Oh my god, even you. Okay, Joel, I'll fly you to the sun, and we're gonna teach it a lesson. One day.
Yeah, we'll fight the sun. I'll be a Gatling gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Jewel goes for a high five.
I'm high fiver.
Oh, you know the rule. Sleight of hand.
No,
Oh my god.
not the tradition.
The tradition. The Cerulean roll tradition.
Oh boy. Okay.
Please don't slap the child.
Let's see what he did. Does
Do
he
not
slap
the
the
jewel.
child?
No, don't make me slap. Let me trip. Let me trip. Let me slip. Let me slap. I'm gonna die.
Oh god, that sleight of hand check is processing.
Wait,
Crow,
for
what'd you
what?
roll? The sleight of hand
5.
check for the thing.
I'm 5.
Oh, a 5?
Oh my god.
You slapped Jewel.
No!
Stop!
You see, as Jewel goes and lines up the high five perfectly, she like you like almost whiff her hand so hard that you like lightly slap her on the cheek.
Ezra
And she
does
just
the
goes-
jaw drop face.
She just looks at you and she goes, "Are you okay?"
I didn't do it right. He looks at his hands. He's just trembling. I hit the child.
It's fine. You didn't hit me that hard.
No.
No, you didn't hit.
No, you don't understand.
I promise you didn't.
wrong. I did
You
it
didn't
wrong.
hit me that hard. No, you didn't
It's
hit me that
wrong.
hard. Oh, please.
What is going on?
Yeah, Nanette, you hear all of this going on.
She just furrows her eyebrows and looks over at them.
Yeah, you're on your knees investigating the obelisk, and you just turn around to see Adric freaking out.
Is everything all right over there?
He like falls to his knees in misery.
Oh.
I need to run.
I promise, it's all okay. She like pats your back.
I'll get you a better high five next time.
It's okay. I didn't know. she just can't stop laughing.
I already sucked at the high five.
I promise it's okay. And we'll cut to Nanette. Nanette, as you
All right,
like,
then.
as you shrug off what they're doing, you're by the obelisk and investigating, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me. Well, how are you trying to investigate this?
I think I'm going to use Arcana.
Okay. Roll me an
Yes.
Arcana check.
Okay. Yes, sir. No!
Oh. Okay. All right.
Hands on my head, devastated.
Nanette, you do understand that there is magic coming from this, but you don't know what it is, what it does, or what it can do.
Why can't I understand?
Why can't I understand?
Here's what I'll tell you. You can totally use detect magic, and I'll give you advantage on this.
Oh, will that work like that?
Yeah. Detect magic lets you detect magic.
Yeah? Okay. Wait, what am I doing?
You're trying to detect magic on the obelisk, right?
Oh, yes.
It was nothing.
Hello? Detect magic?
You don't have to roll anything for detect magic. Just make sure you burn the spell slot.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Nanette, as you put this outward projection of magic, kind of like a sonar device, you feel pulses and you feel the magic funneling back into you. And your eyes adjust, and you can see faint auras around this island. You see an almost abundant natural ley line under this island. There is magic pouring out of it. You
Under
see
the island?
basically the whole island, but its origin is below the island.
Huh.
You also would notice a strong magical pulse from the center of the island. And
Okay.
you would notice a strong magic radiating from the obelisk, and it's connected to the sticks around you.
Huh.
Like the obelisk has direct lines feeding from the sticks into the obelisk.
Okay. And you said there were words on the sticks, right?
Yes, there are words on the sticks.
Can I try to read them?
As you get closer and try to read the font on these sticks, you read or like they're all kind of strewn about, but you see the words deceptive, the ship, our, slumberin', wayward, beyond, sailors, jungle, lay, and legendary. And I can send those list of words to. Yes,
I gotta
I will
write
send
this
this list
down.
of words.
I'm in my
And-
detective mode.
You read those sets of words out, and I will send that just right in Spectator. Those are all the words you see. And the magic is flowing from each stick down and through to the obelisk. They definitely are connected.
Okay, awesome. Just give me a second.
Adric, is there anything you want to do in the meantime?
What? Like what specifically?
So far, that's pretty much up to you. There's just the whole island out for you, and along with those wooden stakes that Nanette is looking at. You could also survey the damage done to your own ship, because no one's checked that out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Adric, you walk over to the underbelly of the ship, and just at a first glance, what you can see, you see the entire underbelly of the ship is splinted, cracked, and rumbling. There are pieces of wood lodged into the gravel that broke off when the ship crashed into the sand.
Okay, we're gonna need a lot of help and work with this.
And Jewel looks like she's she's crouched over by the wood, and she picks one up and she goes, "Yeah, definitely not good. Not good."
Yeah, see, you're an expert at this.
You know, I wish I kind of watched the little gnome guys work on the ship, because I think I could fix it.
That would be pretty interesting.
I can't wait for Mako to come back and then make me a jetpack, and then I'm gonna use the jetpack like those little gnomes, and then I can fix anything on the ship.
That would be pretty awesome.
You see as Jewel walks over across the sand and begins to like clank the wood against the parts of the ship that are still intact.
I see. This one goes here.
And she drops it, and then she goes, "Oh, that was supposed to stay." But yeah, Adric, you can see that, even some of the personal belongings from inside of the ship are spilled out across the sand.
Oh boy. Oh wait, let me pick these up.
You pick up several things. You pick up, like the carpenter tools. You pick up some rope that was laying around. You pick up a trash can full of papers.
Oh, that's a lot of paper.
You do see that on some of the bits you see Mako's name written on it.
He takes a close look at it.
What you see is heartfelt letters written to Mako from Eldoris.
Oh. Well, I'm glad he has someone that cares about him. Okay. What else is there here?
You see just several things. You see the cooking supplies. You see the frying pans that are laying around. You see barrels of spice. Definitely a lot to carry around.
Yeah, boy. Hey, Jewel, you want to help a little bit? Actually, I don't know if it's a good idea.
I can try.
And she walks over, and she's gonna try to pick up a barrel of spice.
No.
She struggles, she strains, and she picks one up.
Oh, you did it.
This thing is really heavy.
Hey, but you got it. All right, let me help you out a little, and then we can both carry it in.
You help Jewel to carry it back onto the ship, slowly lugging it up. And you do get pretty much everything one by one into the ship.
There we go.
And I do want to mention that Eldoris is sitting over your shoulder and going, yep, yeah. And
And that is just scrambling, like writing these words.
yeah, you have like a journal out and you're writing all of these words.
It has to be some kind of message.
Hey, Adric, are you good with word puzzles?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
And Eldoris calls you over. Well, come on then.
Alright. And he, like, scurries over.
Nanette's like whispering to herself. She's like, beyond the ship. No. Our. She's crossing stuff out.
Yeah, you're like repetitively saying stuff and then crossing it out. And Eldoris is looking and he goes, I can't read.
You can't read?
I have never been taught to read.
Why?
Why? Well, I was born an orphan, and
Oh,
no one
okay.
teaches orphans to read.
Really?
Well, teach
Yeah.
you how to read. Then
Especially in the undersea, where I came from. The galleon seas are rough. If you don't have a parental figure, it's kind of surprising that I'm not dead.
Well,
that's
um,
something. At least you're alive and taking care of us, though.
I mean, you. Never mind. So. Yeah, these.
Oh, wait.
Words, yeah. I was thinking it, but I didn't. Yeah.
You know what? I appreciate the sensitivity, but I've come to terms that I am dead.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And, Adric, as you get a look at these words, you would see the same array that Nina is looking at, scrawled out on the paper in front of her, and that's in Spectator Chat.
What is it? Long, deceptive, ship on slumber, wayward, beyond sailors, general, ladies. Oh, I think I got it. A little, at least.
Already?
What I'm getting is deceptive. You know, like you guys were telling me the jungle little forest area had like hallucinations and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it says wayward beyond Salem's jungle. So I'm guessing this little hallucinatory forest is if the thing is beyond. And then it says legendary. So I'm guessing there's something beyond the forest that is legendary.
And, Adric, can you compose this into a sentence and tell me the order of the words?
Put it in order. I can't put things in order. I can't believe it put my life in order. Anyways.
Well, basically, just
Oh my god.
just write it as a sentence for me.
Okay. Give me a second, actually. Because I need to sit down and write this down.
And, Adric, as you come to the solution, you put your fist against your hand, and you begin to move the sticks in order, one by one, forming a sentence.
And then this over here. Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe not. Let me move this over here. Ooh, okay, that sounds better.
And that's
Yeah,
just
that-
watching mesmerized.
Alright, got it.
And, Adric, as you move all of these sticks in order, you see the ground beneath you begins to quake and
Ooh,
rumble
what the-
as the
Huh?
gravel shifts and they fall into grooves hidden beneath. The shells and loose stones begin to glimmer, and in the orange incandescent light, an intense heat begins to emanate from the ground,
what
melting the gravel.
Ugh.
And you see, as the circle gets filled in with this sparkling energy, this roaring arcana, and this mesmerizing magma, the obelisk in the middle shifts and begins to twirl. As it spins vehemently, you see as
Ooh.
amethyst light explodes out from the cracks. The rock begins to split as the shimmering light pulls it apart. Standing where the obelisk was is now a figure.
What?
You see a clay figure, rocks and shells forming a man. Well, a man well past his peak. Cracks line his body with imperfections, and the droning of energy can be heard from within the cavities of his body. As you stare at this man, you see a cowboy hat jauntily placed atop his head.
Oh my
Spilling
god.
out from it are shells formed from interlocking strands of hair that goes down to his shoulder. His face having glinting stones and gem-like shards
Wow.
embedded in it.
Awesome.
Whoa.
He is missing both of his arms, and the gravel seems to lose shape as it goes further down his waist. And he goes, I see. Some sailors finally found my resting spot.
How did you come out of this entire puzzle we solved?
Yeah, well, because this puzzle's my puzzle. I made it.
You know, that was a very good puzzle. I'm not gonna lie. I like solving it.
Impressive.
I tried to keep it sort of simple so some people could figure it out. But difficult enough to keep the dummies away.
Yeah, well, how many times has someone solved the puzzle?
You're the first.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
This island's tucked away. Not many people come here.
Oh, true.
And for context, this is who you guys see.
Holy mama. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Not sorry. I'm not sorry at all, actually.
And this stone cowboy tips his hat to you. And now that you solved the puzzle, it's up to me to explain to you the entire thing in this island.
Yeah. Alright. Cool.
My name is Callius Lockbolt. I'm a man who used to roam the seas. You might have heard of my crew. We were called the Varmin Pirates back in our heyday.
Me too,
Used to-
story. Does that sound familiar?
Well, actually, I think I have heard of him. Didn't I fight you one time?
Is that who you were talking about?
Yeah. I think that's the guy.
God,
You don't really
oh,
look
what?
familiar. What's your name, sailor?
I'm telling you.
My name is, Schmeldoris Walk Draken.
Oh my
And he
god.
puts his hands on his hips.
I don't I don't think he's gonna
You see as Callius looks at this man, looks at Eldoris in the eyes with this vacant stare and goes, all right, I do remember you. You looked quite different back in your heyday. But Eldoris Seawalk Dragon, you were some psychopath on the sea. Yeah. Back in my day, way long ago. Yeah, you damn near. Well, you damn did blow off one of my arms.
You beat off one of his arms?
You know, the past is the past, and the present's the present, so you forgive and forget, right, Callius? And I did hear that you didn't remember my name up until I said it. Ooh. Guys, I'm gonna go sit over there.
Oh.
All right,
Although,
problems aside from the past, how did you exactly end up in this predicament of being inside of a puzzle and this island
Yeah.
stuff?
well, this island has always been here, and it's always had some magical properties. However, it wasn't until my death that I found it. When I was roaming the seas, still well and alive, I was attacked by a ferocious pirate. The man whose name is Kabirian. Kabirian Black Veil. He's the captain of the... Yeah, he's the captain of the Black Hearts Pirates. Something
His
like that.
eyes widen.
That man
I know.
sent me to my grave.
So it was him, huh?
He gives you a nod.
Yeah, I've got some business to deal with him myself, actually.
Well, that means we're mutual in our cause. Because I assume yours is one of revenge.
Yep.
That man, Kabirian. He's never been one to leave people on a good note. That's for sure.
Right. That's what I'm getting at this point right now.
Yeah. Him and his crew. The famine, war, death, and conquest. They tore through this world, doggedly looking for greatness. I mean, to be fair, aren't we all looking for greatness on these seas?
Yeah, I guess so. I look for it in a harsher way, though.
I'd say so. Well, either way, he sent my crew to their grave. And in death, my rage persisted. My anger kept. However, I knew I was powerless to fight back, so all I did was get ready to set up a next generation to fight that man.
What?
If,
The next generation.
yeah. If I can't beat him, I'm gonna give a hand to whoever can. And whoever could solve this puzzle and get through my tasks. Well, then they deserve a legendary ship.
Maybe we'll be up to it then.
Hidden beneath this island. Hidden beneath this fog. Deep in the center of the island. There's a couple of trials I set up. To ensure that whoever gets my ship is worth my ship.
Yeah?
And
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. I mean, we kind of crash landed on this island in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
then I suppose you might meander into it. And you should definitely go for it. The galleon of the Varmin. Oh, that's one beauty of a ship. I poured my heart into that.
That doesn't sound bad, actually. Alright,
Oh.
we'll look into that and we'll make sure.
All right. Before you set off to go into the center of the island, I will tell you to prepare yourself. Besides the fog of the forest that plays tricks on the eyes, there's more to be had. The trials I set for you, they're called the test of strength, the test of clarity, and the test of confidence.
I mean, I think the titles say enough, but anything else we have to know?
Well, there's one more thing that I would just like to throw out there. It's not really pertaining to anything serious, so you can let your guard down. It's about, some business I had while I was living. If you guys ever run into a man or a boy named Callius Jr., my son, can you please tell him his peepaw died with honor? And he tips his hat.
Aw.
Yeah,
Sure
so
thing.
nice. We'll make sure.
And over there in the sand, in a treasure chest, that's my hat and my gun. I'd like to give it to him, but I could only trust the sailors who come through here to give it.
Okay. Oh, right, Nene, you found that earlier, right?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay, I think it's good if you get that so we can eventually give it to his son.
Yeah, we can do that.
And
Alright,
he goes,
cool.
I definitely did not hide that well enough. It's so much you can do on dead time.
Yeah.
You know,
It was
kind
very helpful, though.
half glad you did hide it bad because we were in a dire situation and I almost
Yeah.
died.
Well, it's much appreciated. I guess the potion, if not for my son, is better wasted, or used, not wasted, on some sailors like you. Now,
Yeah.
I'll have to bid you adieu, for my time is taken.
Alright. Rest well, Gallius.
He tips his hat and he goes, au revoir. And as he tips his hat one last time, you see as the body of this man and the obelisk entirely begin to crumble into slow gravel with amethyst chunks in it. And it
Wow.
drips into the beach, looking like nothing happened here.
Adric,
Edric,
That-
like, slowly turns to you with, like, sparkles in his eye. That was so cool!
so cool!
Oh my
She, like, grabs his shoulders, like...
grabbed her shoulders
Jewel
too.
starts running around in circles. That was awesome!
Right! That was the coolest pirate I've ever seen!
That was the coolest dead guy I've ever seen!
I couldn't even...
Yeah, true.
Besides Eldoris, of course, but...
Both of those jabbed into Eldoris comically as he's like in the foreground.
Well... Well... I could barely even speak. I was just so... Wow.
Yeah, I was like... I was standing there keeping my composure, but trust me when I say my internal self was like, whoa, that's so cool! I can't believe I'm talking to a guy like this right now.
Yeah. The only thing is... getting through that forest is gonna be pretty difficult. I was hoping there would be a way to, get rid of the fog, but... I guess not.
I mean, maybe we can try, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work anyway.
I don't know. I was thinking this obelisk might have something to do with it, but
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
from what we
Well,
just saw,
well-
it doesn't seem so.
Yeah, it was just his body inside of it. Well, also, we now have a good way to get a new ship.
Yeah, we've been needing one.
Yeah, and then now that we kind of whammy the ship.
Eldoris picks himself up and dusts himself off. He goes, a cool dead guy coming through. So we just gonna go through the fog, and we'll treat this as a trial. Yeah, I know he said that there was 3 trials besides the fog. So what we'll do is go through and I think whatever happens in that fog, do not fight back.
Yeah. And also, whatever you might see, it's not real.
Hopefully, we can keep that mindset while we're in there.
I will
Maybe
say
here.
I was kind of talking back a little to the image of my brother. Maybe that was a little stupid.
I mean,
Well,
those
you-
illusions were very real.
You didn't even know it first, so
Yeah. Let's just stay focused on the goal.
and then we get a sick iron ship.
Eldoris runs to the ship real quick, grabs a spool of rope, and he goes, "All right, we're gonna handle this like children. We're going to tie ourselves to each other, and we're going to make it through."
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting strategy.
Who wants to be in front?
Should you be in front?
All right, it's me in front.
Alright.
Eldoris ties the rope to himself, and then to you, Adric, and then to Nanette. And he looks at Jewel in the face and goes, "Are you sure you want to go into there? You might see some things that I don't think you're ready to handle."
I'll be fine, I'm sure. What's the worst that can happen?
You know, that's a bad thing to say.
It kind of, has to do with the past, so...
Well, I'll be fine.
And she grabs the rope from Eldoris and ties it around herself.
Oh boy.
Sure.
I'm sure. Listen, I told you guys. I can handle myself.
Alright, we'll trust you for now, but if anything happens, we're all here, okay? Don't forget
Yeah.
that.
She nods very quickly. And Eldoris begins to march inwards. And you guys are tugged along. And as you walk into the forest with the large gemstone trees, the fog slowly seeps in, starting at feet level, then rapidly raising. You hear a howl of wind as these claw marks rupture through the fog, and you are suddenly ensnared in a thick veil. And
There it is.
There we go again.
how we are going to do this is in initiative order. So, I'm gonna have you guys roll for me. I will roll for Jewel, and I will roll for Eldoris.
Oh,
Okay, Eldoris rolled poorly.
Ooh.
so this fog is caused by magical means, right?
You, from your detect magic earlier, you can very much understand that this was an inherently magical fog.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so let me
Otherwise,
see.
I would be much better against it.
Jewel rolled a 17.
Oh, wait.
What did you roll, Nanette?
An 8?
An 8. Adric, you?
16.
16. And Eldoris rolled, I'm pretty sure, a 4. Yep.
He does not want to.
He's trying his
And-
best.
As you all walk into this fog, and the mist begins to overtake you, and soon you cannot even see who's in front of you in this marching order. Just fog. You see the rope is still attached, but there is nothing but fog. And you suddenly hear as Jewel begins muttering to herself as she looks around. You hear her go,
Mom? Mommy? What are you doing here?
Oh no.
Jewel? It's not real, remember?
You feel a tug as the rope pulls to one side. And then she goes,
Why are you saying things like that?
Jewel? Can I...
and it's not your turn, Net.
Okay.
And Adric, as you continue to walk, you hear Jewel begin murmuring those things to herself. You see, walking alongside, you see coming out from behind a tree, in the same direction, and Jewel is looking. You see long black feathers that turn fuzzy at the back of his head. You see brilliant red eyes that glare through the furrowed brows. You see black tinted circular glasses that are sitting atop a beak. He has a very large and full frame with his chest puffed out and a large feather spilling out from his tight button shirt. He's wearing a tailcoat that flaps in the wind next to his tail. Oh, and you know who this is. That's your father. And in his hand is a dagger. And it's covered in blood and feathers.
Oh, no.
And he goes, "Is that you? You disappointment."
I'm gonna annoy you.
You see Cucumber, Adric, as your father holds this dagger under your chin. Do you need to be cleaved once more? Why couldn't you just remain gone?
Why couldn't you have been a better father?
Better father. If I needed to be a better father, then your siblings wouldn't have been so good.
That's a damn father.
Your siblings never disappointed me as much as you and Mako.
Michael was
You've-
better.
If so, then why did he run? Why did he go to piracy? He should have known better.
You should have known better. Don't stay on me like that.
He pushes this bloody dagger that was once used against you onto your own throat. You'll learn someday that what I was doing really was the best I could as a parent. You'll learn that your siblings, oh, they're doing great things, unlike you and Mako. And they've always been doing greater things than you and Mako. You know, maybe if it wasn't for you, Mako would be on the same path.
Same path of what? No. Ego?
He smiles, a twisted smile. You could put it that way. My ego, my joy, my passion. And at that point, you would feel the presence of your siblings all riling up against your father, right next to your father. They're propelling his jeering forward as you feel this dagger just slowly be dragged from one end of your neck to the other.
I don't want to say you.
You know, I really could have done better raising you. Maybe if I was more strict or threatened you with death faster. And he pushes the dagger into your shoulder. And does a 19 hit you?
Absolutely.
You take 6 psychic damage
Oh,
as his words literally cleave into your skull. And Adric, is there anything you'd like to do on this turn?
I think he is trying to calm his own mind right now, and he's also trying to keep an eye on Jewel in a way.
You start to try to tune out your father's voice. You try to dull the pain, and your eyes are only fixated not on your father, but Jewel, who you see begins to cry. And that is going to go to Nanette's turn.
Oh god.
Nanette, once again, you see your brother. Once again, you walk the path of least resistance. You walk the path that only benefits you. Why do you do that, Nanette?
Nanette looks at him for a second, but then looks back ahead of them.
He begins to hold your shoulder. Running away from me isn't gonna help you at all. What if Mom and Dad? What if they die on that island? What if your actions, your negligence, causes them to die? All I've ever cared about is what happens to Mom and Dad. All I've ever cared about is what happens to the Silk Satyrs. Do you not care the same?
Nanette, I think she kind of starts to feel a bit of boiling rage with not only him, but also the noise that has constantly been going through her head. But she just closes her eyes and keeps walking.
I'm going to have you specifically, as these words are pelting into your brain, as this sound is constantly irritating you. I want you to roll me an intelligence saving throw to keep on track.
Okay.
You shut your eyes tight. You block out the noise. You think to yourself, it's gonna be okay. It'll be all right. This is not real. And you continue pushing forward. And you continue onwards. And that's going to go to Eldoris's turn. You see as Eldoris almost stops. You bump into his back, Ninette.
Huh?
And all you see is this roaring rage. This red. This incandescent red. That almost makes this entire place luminous.
Oh god.
You see as sparks of electricity begin to rip off of his back. And I'm going to roll for Eldoris.
Oh no.
You see, no, you hear as this bolt of thunder cracks around Eldoris. And you hear as gallows, the sounds of rope swaying in the wind, the sound of bells cracking against each other. And you hear this blinding sound as if death has crept into the very vicinity. And all right. So I'm going to roll for this randomly. 1 is Jewel, 2 is Adric, 3 is Ninette, and 4 is Eldoris himself.
What?
And I'll roll for it in front of you all. And that is you, Ninette.
Oh.
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
What are you doing?
Ninette, are you missing any hit points? Oh, wait.
Uh.
Okay, Ninette, you feel as if this noose descends from the heavens, along with the sound of church bells are ringing, tolling. And as it wraps around your neck,
Oh my god.
it cracks and explodes and expels into fine dust along the wind. And
Okay.
that is going to go over
No
to
thanks.
Jewel's turn. Jewel begins to audibly sob her eyes out. Mom, please stop. I'm so scared. Why are you acting like this? And she begins to cover her ears and curl up into a ball that's dragging along with you guys on this rope.
Oh.
And that is going to your turn, Adric. And you hear as your father leans in close. I thought that at least you'd be able to put up a fight. But I see, even the oh so fighty Adric has been reduced to nothing but a coward in a shell.
Sure, whatever you say.
Weren't you the one who always used to try to defend Mako? Now here you are, dragging him into danger, dragging his body into danger. Isn't it your fault that he is over in Shadowfell right now?
He does not respond.
And I want you to be honest with me, Adric. Does that line hurt?
Yeah.
And 25 does hit you.
It does. What if he does a 25 hit me?
And that is going to be 3 damage. Psychic damage.
Okay.
As you feel your skull hurts from this remark. And that is going to go. Or Adric, are you going to do anything else on your turn?
Oh, I don't know what else I can do. So no.
All right. And that is going to go to Nanette. Nanette, you still hear Galeo's jeers as his words are cutting into your flesh. As you hear him ridiculing you for your negligence. I bet you didn't even know. One of the main duties of the chief that is going to fall back on our father, who I doubt can hold himself like that anymore. And Nanette, as he says this, you do feel this memory, this repressed memory, begin to bubble up. And you hear your mother talking about an ancient beast that used to roam the Lavanella archipelago, that all 4 of the Silk Satyr chiefs have to deal with together, unified. If even one chief is gone, that could spell disaster for Lavanella as a whole. And our father, he was looking for a replacement. Have you wondered why he's perpetually sitting in that chair? Has it ever occurred to you why he's sitting in that chair, Nanette?
Nanette just begins to sweat, and she feels anxiety pulling up in her stomach.
And Nanette, I'm gonna ask you to be totally honest with me. Did those words hurt?
Yeah. They did.
A 20 does hit you.
It sure does.
And that is going to be 7 damage, Nanette.
Okay.
You feel those words abrasively rip across your skull, through your nerves, and it hurts. It hurts so bad. And that's going to go to Eldorus' turn. Eldorus is still gleaming bright red. Oh, Jesus.
Hmm?
Eldorus rolled a natural 1. on his wisdom
Oh,
save.
no.
No.
He begins to look frantic, his aura gleaming red, his grasp on the situation loosening. You see as that electricity that was furling around him grows and grows and grows, and he unleashes a shockwave. I'm going to roll a d4 in front of you. Same order as last time. And that goes to Eldoris himself. You see, as his magic grows unruly, as clouds begin to apparate within his fists, as this aura begins to pick itself up, and boom, boom, lightning strikes into Eldoris, ripping into his body and striking himself for 12 damage. And he is smoldering and ashen, but his color regains from the jolt of pain as he continues to press on through the fog. And that is going to go back to Jewel's turn. Jewel goes, I can't, please, I didn't mean to run. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. I don't want to be away. I'm so scared. As she begins to full on sob, Jewel is going to take some damage.
Oh.
You hear a yelp from Jewel as her head begins to squeeze and she just grabs her horns and just holds them. I didn't mean to. And that is going to go to Adric's turn. Adric, you see as your father fades into nothing, as the smog completely deapparates. And you see as another figure walks up towards you, skulls clanking on his waist, black long hair knotted into a ponytail towards the back, flowing through the wind. White, pale skin that is covered in cracks. And you see this figure is holding something. You see Kyberian is holding someone. You try to run from everything. You ran from the ship. You took what I needed to come back to this world. And now I'm going to impart the worst pain I can onto you. And you see as he reaches for a blade that is on his waist, he twirls it around. He aims it at your neck, Adric. And then he goes, not on you. And he flips the blade around and jabs it through Mako's skull.
Mako.
And you hear Mako scream as he falls limp onto the floor.
This is not real. This is. Oh, it's not real. It's not happening.
And he walks up to you and he's like an inch from your face and he goes, is that what you wanted? When you stole my crest, you knew I was gonna come for it. You knew I was gonna come for my belonging. I earned it, and you stole it.
Shouldn't be your hands in the first place.
Now, Adric, be very honest with me. Did that hurt?
Oh, yeah.
You're in luck. I believe he rolled an 11, which is lower than your AC.
Yeah. Thankfully.
You take no psychic damage, but the wound left by those words are perpetual in your brain. And your eyes can only fixate on Mako's limp, ragdoll-like body, strewn across the grasses amidst the fog, with blood seeping out of it. And Adric, I will say, is fear the emotion you're feeling, or is it rage?
It's rage and worry.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, come on, I'm good at wisdom in the first place. Okay, I'm not very good at it.
Adric, roll an attack.
Oh god.
Roll me an attack. An Eldritch Blast, please.
And Eldritch Blast isn't. Oh,
Oh,
then
my.
I find you.
And now roll me a d4.
Hopefully it's no one because that's a 8 and it. Fuck, which one was a D4? No, that's not you.
Actually, I will say that this cannot hit anyone. So
Yeah,
it is fine.
it would have hit Eldoris.
It would have hit Eldoris. And you charge up this Eldritch Blast. You feel it warbling, your rage uncontrollable, your feelings insurmountable. You feel everything within these moments. And you fire it. And it crashes into one of these gem-like trees. It sunders it. And you hear a large, booming collapse in the distant forest.
It's not to me like it is right now.
And that is going to go to Nanette's turn. Have you thought it through? Have you thought out why our dad is confined to a chair most of his days? Do you think he can keep up with people like us anymore? He might have been oh so strong. He might have been a figure to look up to back then. But now? He's old. He's slow. And he's dying. And now, thanks to both of the potential chiefs running away, someone who is not even nearly trained like us is going to take the throne. Is going to take that seat. And they're gonna get our family killed. You know that no one in the village other than us could ever even hope to replace father. You know that, don't you, Nanette?
Stop it.
Stop what? Stop telling the truth. I'm just telling you what you already know. You just haven't put the dots together. You haven't bothered to look past what you've seen. I'm showing you what you've caused. I've caused it too. I know I've caused it. And he holds his head where his horn would have been. I know what happened. But at least I lost my duty trying to save lives. And, Nanette, be very honest. Does that hurt to hear?
Yeah, quite a bit.
And what
I mean-
feeling is bubbling up?
I think just pure anxiety and irritation.
Nanette, roll me
Mm.
a d20.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
And let me know what you got. Or, sorry, a d100. Silly.
Oh, a D. Okay.
A d100.
That is a 18.
Nanette, as you are feeling this anxiety, feeling this sadness, feeling this irritation, your wild magic begins to bubble out of you. It begins to warble. It begins to manifest in a different shape. As this magic gets out of your control and forming different shapes, what's going through your head?
That even if I don't want to admit it or think about it, to a great extent, Galileo is right.
You acknowledge that Gleo is right. And you see as a cloud begins to form above your head. There are ruptures of thunder. There are ruptures of rain. As you feel this cloud, metaphorically and literally, rain down on you in your sadness, in your anxiety. And that is going to go to Eldorus' turn. And Eldorus is going to roll an intelligence saving throw. And he absolutely fails. Eldorus begins to look wild and mad, his hair glinting and glowing as it begins to pick up, looking like tendrils through the fog. His braid of a noose begins to come undone, and you see as water begin to bubble out of his flesh. You feel as if this energy is expelled from his body at such a pace. I'm going to roll a d4 in front of everyone. And that is going to hit Adric, if it does hit. And it does.
No.
That's a crit.
Oh
What?
no.
I'm gonna die.
And Adric, let me roll for this. Adric, you feel as this orb of frost hangs over your head. As you are panicked, you're feeling anxiety, you are feeling so many emotions right now. Then, all of a sudden, boom! This ray of frosty energy crashes into your body with this explosion, this might.
What? Oh,
and you take 16 damage.
I'm down.
Oh
You-
no.
The last thing you see is Kyberian. Then, as you fall to the floor, your hazy vision meeting the fog, and you are laying, looking directly into Mako's eyes as you are being dragged along the grass. And as you go down, Eldoris breaks through the fog. And Ninette, you see that Galeo begin to fade away into nothingness.
Oh.
You see Jewel is pulled out of the fog, and everyone has made it out.
Oh, thank God.
And
Wait.
Eldoris collapses onto his knees.
Adric. Eldoris. Jewel.
And you see Eldoris is battered and injured. Oh, pretty hard. And Jewel is also just injured and crying in a ball.
Oh God. Can I heal Adric since he's down?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Roll it, and Adric, you can wake up.
Thank
Oh,
you.
awesome. I got the max amount.
Oh. Andrew slowly awakens and gets up, and he like immediately looks around.
Adric, you are in a wide open clearing. There is no fog. There is only pillars of trees that are surrounding you like a ring. And there is a crystal in the middle of the field.
We made it through the fog.
Okay, that's good because that really beat me up.
Yeah, I think it got to all of us pretty hard.
Yeah, okay. True. You're right there.
Oh,
She
I'm
appears
gonna
to be
pull her
having
in. Oh,
an anxiety attack.
I'm going to try to just hold her.
She, as you pull her in for a hug, she is hyperventilating into your chest and sobbing inconsolably.
It's okay. It's okay. You're alright now. Whatever you saw, it wasn't real. It can't hurt you anymore.
And to calm her down, I'm gonna have you roll persuasion. This is gonna be a hard check. She just saw some pretty horrible shit.
Oh God, okay.
She is just continuously sobbing, tears flooding from her eyes. She is gripping your arms really hard. You feel as in like her talons almost dig into you, and she just hyperventilates.
Oh, Jewel.
Andrew goes near the doors and like gently pats his back.
Eldoris is staring directly up at the sky, and you see as his eyes are vacant, they are filled with this look of pure distress. You don't know Eldoris that well, so if you want to pick up on what he's feeling from a glance, give me an insight check.
Okay. Ooh. Mm-mm.
You can just tell that, just like you, he has seen way too much for today. And he goes, I'm fine. Okay. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, most of us. Pretty well. Beaten up by everything we saw. But I think for the most part, we're all mostly hurt right now.
All right. Oh, I'm glad everyone's okay. And I guess we just keep pushing on.
The things we gotta do for our ship.
And as you all sit there, what are each of you doing?
So you said there was a crystal?
There is a crystal hovering above this large clearing right in the middle.
Hmm.
There seems to be runic text glowing around it. And that is pretty much all you can see at a glance.
I don't want to leave Jules, so I think for now I'm just going to pick her up and hold her.
You pick her up slowly. She's just sobbing into your shoulder, crying. And she just doesn't seem to have a grasp on what's happening at the moment.
Yeah. I guess I'll take a closer look at the crystal.
As you lean to look at the crystal holding Jewel, you see different languages, different words, different texts. You see words that you couldn't even begin to string together in some languages. Some that almost move as they are written. And you see the one that you can read, this stream of words amidst constant streams of words. You read, in the grassy meadow, the cowboy stands dreary. When the ground turns to dust and ash, the cowboy rides with a flame in his stride.
Huh. That's all I can get from that.
Yes, just this crystal that says, in the grassy meadow, the cowboy stands dreary. When the ground turns to dust and ash, the cowboy rides with flame in his stride. And I'll say, as you read that, Nanette, to give you some time to process what you read, that's where we will end today's session. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the end of today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed this horrific and quite brutal session. And I'd like to thank you all for listening. And as always, please do share this with your friends, this podcast with your friends, and force them to listen. Hold them at gunpoint, make them listen. But don't hold them at gunpoint. Just make them listen. Oh, bye-bye.